everybody on YouTube? It's your boy, the Memphis XL, right back at you with the 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh! We're taking a look at 100 different decks over 100 different days. Today, everybody, is day 98. We're almost at the finale of this season, and we got something special for y'all today. Something nice and different, something a little different than you're used to. We're playing Weather Painters today, which is an archetype all about the fairies being on the board, the spell traps giving them all effects when they're in certain columns. But we're doing something a little bit spicy today. We're playing Invoked the Weather Painters. That's right, Invoked Weather Painters. So we got ourselves a nifty little deck here that's primarily about the Weather Painters banishing themselves, getting lots of stuff when we start banishing stuff with a lot of advantage, getting the Weather Painter Rainbow on the board real quick, using that nice new field spell. But we also have the Invoked engine. You know, we got Alistair. We'll primarily make Mecha, but we have the toolbox to make all of these different fusions. So we're going to be going into today's episode, show this deck off, show you how it works, show us some nice, neat Weather Painters, and some Alistair on the side. So, big shout out to Mr. Ahmad Rahala, who asked us to take a look at Weather Painters today. And so, we're going to go into the deck list real quick, and then get right into the duels. So for our main deck today, we are playing one copy of Weather Painter Aurora, 3 copies of Ali the Invoker, 3 copies of Weather Painter Thunderboy, 2 copies of Weather Painter of the Sun, 1 copy Weather Painter Cloud, 1 Weather Painter Rain, 3 of the all-important Weather Painter Snow, 2 copies of Puri Ray Map to search the snow, 1 Terraforming, 2 Invocation, 1 copy of Call of Grave. We have 2 copies of Weather Rainy Canvas, 2 copies of Weather Cloudy Canvas, 3 of the Weather Snow Canvas, 3 copies of Weather Forecast, 3 copies of Magical Meltdown, 1 copy Waking of the Dragon, 3 copies Drowning Mirror Force, 2 copies Weather Thunder Canvas, and 1 Weather Rainbow Canvas. As to the extra deck, we have things like Almirage and Security Gardener, which are just here for the Mechba. We have 1 copy Weather Painter Moonbow, 2 copies of Weather Painter Rainbow, 1 copy of 5-Headed Link Dragon in case I'm feeling frisky, 1 copy of Invoked Ragin, 1 copy of Invoked Cocytus, 1 copy of Invoked Yugioh, 1 Invoked Algodes, 1 copy of Invoked Magicalanica, or however you I botched that one. But we got ourselves 2 Invoked Mechabas, 1 copy of Exterio for our Awakened Dragon, and 1 Invoked Elysium. As to the side, if you want to take out, like, say, the Battle Traps, for example, and you want a hand trap, go for Dimension Shifter, because a lot of decks these days care about the grave. We do not, for the most part, care about our grave whatsoever. Unless we actually make our link, in which case, you know, sometimes we care about the grave, but mostly we don't. There's also another Waking Dragon if your opponent's a back row destruction crazy. And another Weather Canvas, yeah, the Thunder Canvas, if you feel like you need to bounce more things in the battle phase, but we have enough for battles that, you know, 2 is good enough. So, that's the deck we got here today. Let's go ahead into EDO Pro, show this deck off, show you how it works, and we'll have ourselves a good time. Alright, yeah, the first opponent, Karibo and me, are trying to go first today. We like to go first in Weather Painters. We're going to just set ourselves up a board. Alright, what do we have here? Well, it's an interesting opening hand. I do have a lot of the things I like, but not all of them. So we're going to summon out Snow, though. She's one of our primary starters. When normal summon, I can place a canvas into the zone. And so, if you don't know Weather Painters, basically the spells give the monsters in the same column or adjacent different effects. Snow is the best, because I can banish my monster to search out another card. And we are going to go ahead and get the field spell. Weather Forecast, an amazing field spell. Never leave home without the darn thing, because it has many a different effect. When activated, I can place a weather spell, such as, what do I want in this case? I kind of want to make lots of big things. So we're going to activate the Rain Canvas, activate the Cloud Canvas, and we have the ability now, because of the Weather Forecast, I do have another Snow. I kind of want to keep this Snow. So I do have an additional normal summon. I'm going to use that. One might say this is a bit of a waste, but this will work just as well. So we're going to go ahead and link into Weather Rainbow. And you might wonder, how are we doing this? Well, because of the field spell, I can use my spells as link material. Whatcha? So now we've got our Weather Painter. I'm going to go ahead and set my Thunder here. And we'll end our turn. And this is what we are trying to do as often as we can with this deck. To start off, we do want to go into the Weather Painter Rainbow. The reason for this, you will find out soon. You see, not only can I tribute the Weather Painter to negate a special summon, more importantly, any of my Weather Painters that I point to with this get an Omni Negate. That's right, I can banish my Painter Snow as an Omni Negate, and my opponent? Alright, he's gonna do a whole lot of nothing. Interesting. Interesting indeed. So, we'll do this. We're gonna banish Snow, get ourselves another card. We're gonna just go for more monsters. Because, like I said, Weather Forecast, amazing field. It's a beautiful field spell. It's one of those cards like BF Zelos or Toon Kingdom really fixes an archetype's problem. Because on their own, Weather Painters struggle to make Rainbow. But with the Forecast, it's super easy. So, I'm going to go ahead and get my additional Normie Summon. I'm not going to negate myself, because that would be silly. And at the end of my, well, the start of my opponent's next turn, I'm going to have 3 Omni Negates. And you know, this is a nice thing. You know, I'm not much of a fan on Floodgates, to be honest, but, at the same time, it's like, this is not the worst Floodgate. You know, Skill Drain's a lot more oppressive than this thing. This thing can just be kaiju'd. You know what? You can have that one. I negated 1. I don't need to negate everything this guy does. I could, but we want to give our opponent some kind of chance, you know? Plus, next turn, I'm going to have like 3 Omni Negates, so I can afford to be lenient. That's what I'm trying to say. I'll be lenient towards my opponent and even my fans. You know, I made the Sulfur video the other day. I put a lot of heart and soul into pretending that I could rap. People didn't appreciate. Suppose that's how it is sometimes. Don't feel good, but it is what it is sometimes. Just kind of had to live with it. So, that aside, we're just going to go ahead and get everything back now. We'll put Snow right in the middle, so that Snow may assert dominance in the future. And we'll get our Cloud Boy back. Now all I really need is my Invoked Boy. You see, one of the best hands in this deck, honestly, is having started with both field spells, or, yeah, you want to start with both. If you can start with both field spells, that's honestly the best start 'em up in this deck. Especially if you can start also with stuff. Like, if you draw both field spells in Snow, you're making Mechaba and you're making... I don't know why I thought that this wouldn't happen. It's Sphere Mode. Okay. Oh, that is an issue. I mean, I can link this off. No. Yes. Can I? Oh yeah, it's normal summoned. Of course I can. Okay. So I can ditch 1 canvas to get another one, which is nice. So we're going to make Almirage, and we're going to go ahead and make the Pure Gardener, mostly just so I can get ready for, you know, eventual Mechabas. So, let me think about this. Let me think about that. Let me think about this. Alright, we'll activate our canvas. Probably should have made... it wouldn't matter all that much anyway. But I could have made another Rainbow before I made Secure Gardener. But then again, he's playing the Winged Dragon Ra and all that, so... You know. So, let's go ahead and use Thunder's effect. I'm going to ditch the canvas. I don't need this as much. I'll mostly just play this as link material. We're going to get another Thunder canvas over here. That way, if he battles into Painter Thunder, then I can bounce, like, the Winged Dragon of Ra, and that'll be good. So, I'm just going to click a few buttons here. Let's go for the battle phase and do some more damage. Although, I presume that this is the Metal Flex Slime. So, you give a guy an inch, and he takes you a mile. I let you search, and you give me a big old ball in the face. Rude. Very rude. But, 'tis what 'tis. We'll just go ahead and hope for Alistair. If we can get Alistair, I get a Mechaba. Or, barring Mechaba, well, I don't have much in the... I could make him Kaitis. You rarely see Cocytus. I could make Raijin. I could make Mechalania. I could make a thing or two. I could make a Fang. Alright, so the Egyptian god Slimy is on the board as we expected. Send a Divine Beast, add Monster Grabon. Okay. And then he can ditch that to activate Monster Born in order to bring back Ra. Correct? I believe that's how this goes. Summon Winged Dragon for the ignoring summoning conditions. Yep. Okay. So he can basically just pop one of my dudes. Essentially, because he has 1,200 life points left. He can pay... Oh, no, he's got Unification. Pay... Okay, so he can make this thing 1,100. I've seen much bigger monsters. I'm not impressed. Although, what was this? Gain attack defense. Okay, so basically he can just get the life points back with this. Contribute a Winged Dragon. Both of his cards' effects in the same chain. Okay. So, he is not dumb. He did not attack my Paint of Thunder. He'll gain back his life points. I don't know why he even bothered with Raw. I think he just did it for shites and gills, to be honest. Oh, hello. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright. Let me think about this. I got Waking the Dragon. We'll set that in case he actually tries to field Dukas. And... Summon a Banished Weather Painter. I do not currently have a Banished Weather Painter. Let me think about this. If I get rid of Thunder Canvas for another canvas... what does this do again? Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and ditch Thunder Canvas for Rainy Canvas. But how? Then, we're going to activate... yeah. Gonna use Thunder, banish him, bounce this card. It doesn't really matter that we bounce this, but I'm going to bounce it anyway. I'm going to activate Thunder Canvas, and we're actually going to make the other Link 3. You don't make this as often, but we're going to make Moonbow. Yep, Moonbow will activate, bring back my banished Thunder Boy. Hello? And now I have the ability to banish, card a card, banish it. Alrighty. So we're going to banish Egyptian God Slime for a turn. But how? See, you don't play this guy as often, but when your opponent's life is low, Moonbow is actually surprisingly good. So, there's a perfect illustration of Weather Painters. We are here to play Weather Painters. That's what we came here to do. And so, good for first duel. Good for first duel, but Invocation was staring me like I can't talk. It was looking at me this whole time. We have to try for Alistair. So, let's go for duel number 2. Show off a little bit more of the Weather Painters against different decks, and hopefully we'll get Alistair on the board as well. I would like to see them both in the same time. Let's go for duel 2, see if we can make it happen. Alrighty, second opponent, let's go and do it again. And we're going to go first again. Very nice. Opening hand is beautiful. I like it. I like it a lot. So, what we're going to do, summon out the Snow. Probably should have played Snow Canvas first, but, you know, we'll live life dangerously. It's not that big of a deal. Let's see. And we'll go get Thunder Canvas, just to have that on the board, and play the Snow Canvas. So, we'll have our nice setup. Like I said, Weather Painters, you start with the right stuff. They're actually pretty brutal. And I might be about to... Yeah, there's the Ash Blossom. My mortal foe, Ash Blossom. Alright, well, unfortunate. We'll just have to wait and see, folks. Wait and see. I mean, at least I have another monster, and, you know, Snow will come back. Unless he can negate that, too. I don't know what he... I guess he had, like, a side frame or something that would negate, but... Other than that, we'll be fine. But we got Snow. 2200 defense beat stick. I call her a beat stick. Well, Cocytus is a defensive beat stick, but she's a big old booty. She don't look like she'd have a big old booty, but have you seen the backside of Snow before? I didn't think so. No, didn't think so. So, what is our opponent do? All we know is that he plays the Ash Blossom. That doesn't really tell us much. Doesn't tell us much of anything. Okay, Pot of Prosperity. He likes his draws, but he also cares about his extra deck. So, that could mean a lot of things. So, this is a... What do you call these again? Oh, yeah, Branded. Alright, Branded might be a little bit tough. They like to make Dragoon, and I don't like Dragoon. Dragoon is a mean dude. He's a rude, crude dude with a bad attitude. We'll see. Alright, so there's Albion, the Shrouded Dragon. And he is certainly on the board. Yep. So, what else does he do? Was that it? I'll let you know. I've seen much more impressive Branded play. Okay, there's Albert. Can you believe it? This guy used to have a cool name, Aluber. Now they just call him Albert. No insult if your name is actually Albert, but you could have been a cool dude and been named Aluber. Aluber. He lubes people. That's what his name is. He is a luber. Therefore, he lubes people. I don't know why I didn't see that before, but that is clearly what it is. So, yeah, the Branded Fusion, go for Lebellion, the Searing Dragon. Never understood, like, what Konami was thinking making fusions that fuse. Considering that they're not, like, limited to, you know, summoning out Branded fusions or anything. Not really, so I presume the... Oh, no, it's gonna be Mirror Jade. Well, that is annoying. So this can does this just banish monsters? Send a fusion, banish a monster on the field. Actually, doesn't that force him to banish his own card? If I'm not mistaken. Yes, it does. Ah! In your face. Not in your face. He had Spriggans. Spriggan. Alright, what does this Spriggan do? Add a Branded spell trap that's banished or in the deck or the grave to the hand. Then place card from the hand on the bottom of the deck. Okay, well, I mean, it's recovery. It's something. It didn't really do anything for him, and I am going to take a lot of damage. This is where the Drowning Mirror Force would have really been nice to have top decked into. Is just, you know, so we don't take damage. We don't like damage. Damage hurts. Alright, so, banish a monster effect cannot be used again this turn. And my opponent surrenders. Why, though? What, just because I can dodge your stinky monster? Is that it? Is that all it takes? Is just because I stopped your stinky dude, or is it because you recovered a card that went to the bottom? I don't know. So, I guess that technically counts as a win. I mean, I don't feel like I won. I feel like we were still a ways away from victory. I mean, I have my field spell. I have my snow. I can dodge Ice Blade to a degree. So I guess I technically won, but it don't feel so great. So I'm going to do a bonus duel today. Haven't done a bonus duel in a couple episodes. When was the last time we did a bonus episode? Wasn't until since Lyrilisc. But that one deserved it too. So let's go ahead for Duel 3. And hopefully our opponent will be able to show off a little bit better showing. You know, I feel like this guy probably would have won if he had just stuck to his guns. So let's go for Duel 3. Redeem ourselves. Alrighty, our third opponent of the day. And we are getting to go first. An alarming amount of times, and I'm glad that... Ooh, oh wait, that's the wrong thing. Let me think about this. Terraforming. I don't have everything, but at the very least, Alistair will do his thing. You know? At the very least, my boy Alistair will be able to show off what he does. And I do have the other field spell, I just don't have a Weather Painter. That's kind of the big thing, is you need a Weather Painter to paint the weather. Actually, I was kind of surprised with weather painters being in Master Duel, having their own little lore bit. It was very wholesome. I liked it. I wish other decks would also get some lore bits that were like that. Like Dynamis is kind of boring. Light Sworns is surprisingly boring. You'd think Light Sworns would be more interesting, but they're really not. But tis a thing. But yeah, weather painters are just fairies that paint the weather. It's very, very obvious, but it's also very wholesome, and I like it. Torch, what are you doing? Don't you touch my book. I'll kick your butt. I gotta take him out. George is very much not wanting me to play the games right now. You just took a big walk. I'm telling you. He's trying to eat my Harry Potter book. For some reason, a lot of Harry Potter movies on the TV recently. So I've been feeling like a Harry Potter boy. Let's go ahead and end our turn. We don't need to do anything else. We're good. I've got the weather forecast. I just need any weather painter. I probably shouldn't have put Mechaba in the middle, though. Kind of the thing. I like to put the snow canvas in the middle. It just feels right. Probably should just put Mechaba over here. Mara the Nordic Alfar. Interesting. Gudvig. No? Why would I allow you to do that? Gudvig of the Nordic Ascendant. Kinga Dinga Dargan. Okay, Nordic Relic of Shvude. I literally cannot pronounce this card. How is it pronounced? Clidshelf? Clidshelf? I guess that's how it's pronounced. Something like that. Okay, so what is this doing? This card is summoning Nordic from the hand. Okay. Interesting. I mean, he can only summon Nordic, correct? I believe that is the requirement of this. Yes. And even if he has Fallen, I mean, I can't negate Fallen here, but... Oh. Okay, then, well, there's the Invoked part, ladies. I'm going to presume that I had Snow on top of my deck and just say, that's what happens when Invoked goes up against a deck like Nordics that require things to go without a hitch. That's how it is. So that's another easy duel. We'll count this duel and the last duel as one big win towards the final score. Let's go ahead for duel number 4. Hopefully, it'll all come together beautifully and we can have a nice back and forth duel and my opponents just don't surrender. I mean, he could have survived at least a turn or two. Don't pretend like he couldn't have. But let's go for duel 4. Hopefully, we'll find the perfect opponent for us. Alrighty, the fourth and final opponent. Will we find the greatest opponent in the world? Maybe. I don't know with this hand, but it's possible. And we also have double Drowning Mirror Force, which is kind of neat. So we're going to activate the weather forecast. What's the weather like in this town? I'll tell you, it's very snowy. So we're going to activate the Snow Canvas. We're going to normal summon our Thunder Boy. I'm going to banish him to search out Snow. There you go. Get Best Girl Snow. I love the weather forecast. Whoever designed this card, I really wish that they would be put in charge of things like Volcanics or Venoms or what else is there? Iron. I've always been a fan of Iron Chains. What can I say? It's one of those archetypes that, you know, people aren't like a big fan of Iron Chain, but you know what? It could change. All you gotta do is make some more Iron Chains. That's all I'm gonna say is that a few more of those would be good. And do I want to do that? Nah, I could make the rainbow, but I think we can wait one turn. I think we can wait a turn. So let's bring back Thundercat. This guy does kind of look like Wily Cat. Yeah, it was Wily Cat. Wily Kit was the girl one. Some of you probably don't know what that reference is, but that's probably because you aren't cool. If you don't know the Thundercats, well, I'm sorry, you better learn. That's just how it is. So, what is this guy doing? Is this Mech Knights? Could be Mech Knights. Whenever you see them play a card in the same column as you, then it's probably Mech Knights. Don't tell me it's because I have most of my zones. That's just wrong. So, Megalomacker. Phantasm Spyrals. I am like 75% sure this is Phantasm Spyrals. That or is potentially, well, it could either be dinosaurs or Atlanteans maybe, but if he's going to just start him out Megala Masher, I'm presume that this is more than likely a Phantasmal Spiral deck. We'll see how it go, though. We'll see. That could be something different. You never know. I doubt it, but it's possible. Linky Stinky. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and search a card while this guy's doing things. I'm going to go ahead and search out the Sun. Why the Sun, you ask? Well, because he's one of the bigger weather painter monsters next to Thunder. That's just the thing. And let me think here. Alright, another Megala Masher. Interesting. I guess he just wanted that extra 1,000 booty. I don't know how effective that'll be for him, but he's got an extra 1,000 booty. I mean, Link Spider has quite the booty on him. So, you know, don't sleep on that booty. Uh-oh. My mouse is not working. No. Don't do this to me, mouse. Yes. Okay, there we go. My box was like in a different spot. I couldn't see. I've got 4 eyes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I couldn't see it. Alright, so we're going to bring back a little snow. And let's go ahead and activate Canvas. Canvas! Okay, so 1 canvas. Let me think about this. So if I banish snow to get myself another card, I should be able to make the weather rainbow rather swiftly. So we'll go ahead and get Cloud. Cloud does have an effect to half a monster's attack. It can attack directly, which can help in both situations, you know, either weakening an opponent or, you know, allowing you to direct attack. But again, I mostly just use it to make the weather rainbow. Alright, that'll work. So let's go ahead and summon forth the Sun? Yes. We shall make the Sun. Now it... Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have to use Thunder for this, but I'd rather have this setup. What can I say? I'd rather have this setup. So let's go ahead into the battle phase and see what we're up against. I've got 2 Omni Negations here, and even if I use them both up, I can still destroy most of his things. So we should be pretty set here. You know? I mean, Snow's gonna come back, and I'll put her over here and have a 3rd Omni Negate. If I could draw into my Magical Meltdown. Then I can have the Dream Team on the board. I can have Mechaba. I can have something other than Mechaba. Invoked have other fusions. Did you know this? Did you know that Invoked has other fusions? It's not just Mechaba, folks. I could make Purgatrio. I could make Megalogica. I could make a bunch of other things. Sea Stealth Attack. Banish a water monster. Can't be destroyed. I don't think I want him to have that. Pretty sure him having this is a bad thing. So we're going to stop the Sea Stealth Attack. Like I said, unless he's got Kaiju, this is actually a pretty brutal thing we can do here. I just keep tributing off my monsters and negating them. And every turn, they all come back. They all come back, little Jimmy. They all float down here, Jimmy. I don't have the water one on the board. I shouldn't be saying that reference. You know what? I'm going to search the water one just so I can make that joke. That's something we can do here. So, yeah, I was right. This is Pacific. See, I played this game years. I have played this game so long that I know what my opponents are doing, like, a good chunk of time. Not every time. I remember the other day I was playing a Scapegoat guy. He summoned Scapegoat, like, set that card, and he actually was just using them for fusion materials. Oh, you rat. Did you really think I'd let you skill drain me? Good effort. Quality effort. But no. None of that. So, I'm going to go ahead and get the water one, Rain. That way I can say they all float down here, buddy. They all float down here. That boy's name was not Billy. I actually don't remember what was it? It was Jimmy? Johnny? Timmy? I don't remember. Anyway, I could end the duel right here, but, well, I can't. I don't have anybody in attack mode. I put Thunder in defense like a fool, but that's not important. You know what? It's fine. We can let our opponent have a turn. I've got 3 negates. I can literally negate everything in his hand. Yep. The weather forecast, it's literally like this archetype is just, like, oh, if a weatherman just came over to your house and slapped you silly and was like, no, you're not allowed. You is not allowed to do the things you want to do. And can you imagine if all these weather patterns happened at the same time? It rained, it was sunny, there was thunder in the sky, and it was snowing at the same time? That'd be pretty nutty. I mean, it could be rainy and sunny at the same time. I've seen that happen. Thunder, you can hear thunder usually when that happens. What does this do again? Normal summon a normie, add a phantasmal spot. You know what? Go ahead. It's fine. You know what? I've been oppressive enough. Okay, he just wanted to have his fields. Oh! It's beautiful. Finally. Finally, the invoked wind weather painter. I was about to say wind witch for some reason, but no. Yeah, go ahead. I don't need to stop him at this point. What's the stat on this thing? 2,000? Okay, that's fine. Again, I'm good. I have 3 Omni negates. I am not in any way worried or anything. The problem is... Ooh, I can make Hokkaidos. Oh, yes. 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 I know. So remind me how Hokkaidos works again, because it's been like years since I've seen this guy played. Alright, Hokkaidos, there he is. Can't be destroyed by card effects, cannot target this guy with card effects. Can attack while in defense mode. There we go. What was that last part? Apply its attack for damage calc. Okay, that still works. That still works. We're summoning Hokkaidos. Do. We can't be stopped. Summon Hokkaidos because nobody... Ooh, I can use his stuff. I'm gonna use his stuff because I can. Hello. Ha. Oh, this is insanity and absurd, and I love every instance of it. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, this is going to be a game. I have 3 Omni negates and a dude who can attack in defense mode. Can anything stop me? No. Not anymore. Well, I'll give my opponent some credit. You know, he didn't give up in the face of triple Omni negation. Yeah, I negate you. Sorry, my dude. Better luck next time. Unfortunately for you, too much, too soon. Too Tokyo Drift. Hokkaidos. End it, Hokkaidos. And make him bigger. Because I can. Alrighty, well, there you go. You've never seen it. Victory via Hokkaidos. No, stop doing things. There will be only one field spell on the board. And so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you end a duel Invoked style. No need for Mechabo when you got Hokkaidos. That's not Hokkaidos. Where's my boy? There he is. There's Hokkaidos. So Hokkaidos for a game. Very nice. Let's go for the end screen. Alrighty, everybody. Invoked Weather Painters. I'm going to call this one 3-0 because honestly, I do feel like the branded guy would have beaten us if he hadn't left. I feel like my opponent just kind of saw the fact that I could, you know, banish myself and dodge his Ice Blade as a means of he couldn't do anything. He really could have. He just lost the fate, which is sad. So I'm going to call this one 3-0. and that's solid. You know, this was a very surprisingly good showing by this deck. You get the right start. Oh, you say that with any deck. You get the right start. You get snow, you're good. Because then you just go for the snow canvas, go for forecast. You have enough spells, you make your rainbow, go from there. If you start with both field spells, things are even better. If you start with snow and both field spells, you end with Mechaba and the rainbow and get back to snow. So you have so many negates and things. So you're able to just control the flow, control the weather. That's what we're trying to do. So, hope everybody enjoyed today's episode. If you did, smack the like button. Lets me know that you appreciate the show. And consider subbing. I don't think we're going to make to 600 by the end of the season. Unless this episode somehow explodes. Which, you never know, but I doubt it. But we'll see how it goes. But, thank y'all for watching. Tomorrow we're taking a look at Ojamas. Looks like it's time to board lock, folks. I think I'm just going to go a fairly straightforward Ojama deck. I also have to dig out a speed. I don't have a Speedo. Can I go buy a Speedo? I don't know. I'll think about it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Your boy Memphis is signing out. See you guys again next time with more Yu-Gi-Oh! Action. And get ready for the finale of the 100 Days. It'll be here before you know it.